for Life Skateboards, and you're watching Days with Casper. Today we're just going to be going through a couple of boards here. I wasn't really intending on stopping at work today, but I had some stuff to do in the area, and since I'm here, might as well get through a little bit of what I'm going to do tomorrow. If you're unfamiliar with what you're watching here, here at Life Skateboards, we make boards entirely in-house. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to share this to a couple platforms real quick. One more, and I'll be right back. Right, and we're here. What's up, guys? I'm doing all right. Not feeling 100%, but we're here. So, if you're unfamiliar with what you're watching, this is Life Skateboards being made. Like I said, I wasn't really intending on working tonight, but I was in the area, so might as well get a couple of boards I had set aside done. Not much, Gray Jedi. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to start this off real quickly here with a really fun shape. This is the double knuckle. It does that really fun knuckle nose twinned around on the tail there. This thing is really cool, and it's available at lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. I'm going to throw my respirator on and get started here. Double tap that screen for me if you guys are watching. You're watching Life Skateboards be made. The edge of that is at a 90 to the concave. We're going to move on to the next step here. Give me 1 second. I got to move some stuff out of the way so I can set up a good angle. In the meantime, share this with your friends. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Jedi. We love our customers because our customers can't stop talking about us. Alright, moving a couple of these. What I'm moving out of the way right now are templates that are used for wheelbases. Alright. People seem to have been enjoying these shorts of just this step right here. So we'll keep doing that and showing you guys the best angle we can. This is my favorite step to watch anyway, so I understand it. But they're not very clean. We're going to clean those up with another step of sanding here. Hey, thank you, Joseph. You're going to try the mid-twin. That's a really fun one. All right, as you can see, this bladder needs aired up. So let me go turn on the compressor, grab the hose. I'll be right back. Yeah, so like I said, the edges of this are rounded off, but they're not very clean. So we're going to clean them up here and remove any excess glue that we can reach. Next step here. These and then the orbital sander, and I was debating on leaving these for tomorrow on the orbital, but we'll go ahead and take at least 2 of these boards all the way through. Now I can actually see what you guys are saying. Take my respirator off and check on the chat. Remember guys, if you like what you're watching, double tap the screen for me. Let YouTube know. And if you don't know what you're watching Life Skateboards be made. Out of maple. Definitely not mahogany. Maple, Great Lakes and Canadian maple are the greatest choice for skateboards. Tried and true over a very long period of time. These are Life Skateboards being made, and you can get them at lifeskateboard.com. We've got tons of different shapes, tons of different options. You can choose your wheelbase, your ply number, all kinds of shit. We press our own boards here, so we glue the boards by hand. put them in the press. We got 24 hours under pressure, 7 days cure time, and really high quality, long-lasting skateboards. Get them at lifeskateboard.com. Life Skateboard, yes. Life Skateboard. Check it out. Thank you, Mohan. This last step here, just hitting it with the 150. It gets it ready for the graphics that we do here at Life Skateboard. We apply all of our graphics with hand-carved Lino blocks. And like I said, you can get these boards at lifeskateboards.com. I know that this is a little difficult to hear me while I'm doing this part of the job, but I gotta keep working. If you'd like to support, you can buy supers, you can get on my Patreon, anything like that, and support me directly. Or you can just go to lifeskateboard.com, get yourself a life. I've got more work to do. Yeah, the first thing that the channel is going to pay for is a nice Bluetooth loud mic, because I am not too happy with how it sounds this way. Oh, good job, guys. Yes, the Slimer. Great Lakes or Canadian maple, to be specific? Good question, bud. I don't mind double questions. There's people coming in and out of these lives all the time. Oh, Ezekiel, so off the top of my head, I cannot remember what our 10-inch board price is, but we've got a ton in that range. Go to lifeskateboard.com and look for the shape the 10. It's actually a 10-inch popsicle. We've also got a bunch of other shapes in the 10-inch range. As far as custom, you can customize your wheelbase, but I guarantee we've got something in the range that you'd like. Our popsicles start at 75 and then shapes go up from there, so please just check out lifeskateboard.com. Look in the shapes, you'll find stuff in that size range, and you're going to end up with a high-quality, long-lasting board right there. We ship all over the world. International shipping sucks right now. I'm sure everybody knows that. The best way to beat that is order a few boards. You save on shipping, we lose on shipping. We sell multiple boards. It's a win-win either direction. So, of course, Ezekiel, yeah, you're gonna have fun picking out customizations on that page. And then I believe my graphic and Lori's graphic got added to the website, which is awesome. And if you guys are new to watching this, my name's Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards here at Life Skateboards. It's just me and the owner making these boards here. He made the molds, all the templates. He cuts out the shapes and then I shape them. I press the boards. He applies the graphics. It works out great. I ride and work for the company. We've got a great team, and we just have a goal of making high quality boards that are made to last and rivaling the rest of the industry with our process and the quality. So check us out, get a life, and then when you get a life, you can yell at your friends, get a life, and you just want them to have good boards. So thank you. To the 150, we're going to hop to the bottom, clean this up, and then we'll clean up the rails, nose, and tail, and this one will be ready for graphics. Hey Warren, thanks for tuning in. Remember guys, if you like what you're watching, you can double tap the screen for me, it's super easy. You can buy super thanks, or you can become a member of my channel for super cheap. Support me directly and get access to videos I post early. I'm hoping, really hoping that we get to go live this Sunday while hosting the contest. That'll be fun to show you guys. So what Joey's talking about is a series that I've been doing called Lagoon to the Moon. It's traveling with my friends Chuck, Luke, and our new filmer Mysterio. We're using the lagoon, which is at the Fireball Farm. Please go check out the channel, the Fireball Farm. The lagoon is a 5-foot to 7-foot elliptical 3-clover bowl built by Donnie Billington in the Cleveland area. It's CNC cut, so it's virtually perfect. Can't feel a panel. It's got diamond grind coping on it. It's amazing. But we use that location as like our anchor trip spot. And we're going to start going around to some other places. We've got Mini on the Mountain on the list. We're definitely going by Stoke Run since the Donnie Billington ramp ended up there too. What kind of clear coat do we use once the graphic is done? The Slimer, good question. We use a polyurethane clear coat. Good question. Clean up the rails here. Hi there, Su Tang. I'm going to invite you to read the title of this live real quick. How skateboards should be made. This is a tried and true method. If you'd like to get the feedback of our customers and not just my word, you can check that out as well. But no, we're going to use Maple because that's what we do. We don't need to change anything up about what we're using here because the process that we use ends up with a higher quality board than the majority of factory. So, am I going to make an episode at Q? So actually, Joey, I planned on going to Q to just film a day trip. But I'm sure I will. I go to Q quite a bit. But the last time I went to Q, I just kind of wanted to have fun. So I didn't end up filming it all. But we actually do plan to have like day trip videos where we don't go too far. We already filmed one of those, but unfortunately the footage and order of that footage is making it almost impossible for me to edit it. So we might just end up scrapping that episode, unfortunately. What board do you ride? I ride the Casper Signature from Life Skateboards. So if you go to the Life Skateboards website and look up Casper, you'll find my shape. We got Large over here fantasizing about my sexual orientation. We're here for skateboards, buddy. That's it. So, yeah, it is what it is. Thanks, Joey. What hoverboards do we have? Well, if you think real hard, you might be able to just let it float off the ground. We just make good skateboards here. Remember, guys, if you like what you're watching, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I do not have a live schedule whatsoever, so catching me is just kind of like, eh. Oh, Antonio's talking about how I look at work. I'm so sorry, buddy. It's gonna be okay. Oh, Gabriel, that's a good. So I have a lot of respect for BMXers. It's gnarly as shit. My BMX career lasted a total of 15 seconds. Been skating for 21 years, and my buddy finally convinced me to hop on his BMX bike. Went down one hump and was like, "Oh, I can pump this." Pumped a hip and was like, "Oh, this is super easy. I should just air that next hip." And then I woke up underneath a rail. So I have a little more confidence than skill with that, so I stopped doing that. But hi there, Plato ABC. Plato ABC said he had a Life Skateboard panhead, but it broke after a couple of uses. I'm a little confused by that because, first of all, our boards don't break after a couple of uses. Did you happen to reach out to us? Because there's only 2 of us that work here, so you can definitely have reached out to us if there was an issue with your board. We stand behind our product, so the majority of the time if there's an issue with the board, whether that be delamming, prematurely breaking, things like that, we're going to replace it for you. So Play-Doh, did you contact us about that issue? Because our boards last significantly longer than the majority of it. Oh, awesome. So, yeah. Rad. So we have a great example of customer service here. So since there's only 2 of us working here, and because you're buying from the people that are actually making your boards, when there's an issue with your board, we're going to replace it because we know who to blame. It's either my fault or the owner's fault. So we're going to replace it. So awesome. Thanks for being an example of our customer support right there. Our quality is next to none. I mean, our quality is high quality. So, I mean, we're going to stand by it. Whenever something that's subpar gets out of here, we're going to make sure that we fix that for you. So I'm glad that we were able to. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to blame them because I'm not going to pass the buck on that blame. You know what I mean? I'm probably the one that pressed the board, so it might have been my fault, man. I might have missed a little bit of glue on there or something like that, and that's why we're going to appreciate it. I'm sorry, that's why we're going to handle that. Ooh, that would be fun, Gabriel. We've actually created a board with a datum for a motor for the bottom, so I bet we could do that. We are located in New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. Also, hey guys, I know that I'm just talking more than working right now. I wasn't really supposed to come into work tonight. I was just in the area, so I figured I'd go live to talk to you guys anyway. What's the difference between how you're making the boards? Oh, yes. You guys love to ask me these questions. So, what's the difference between our boards and factory boards is what I assume you're asking right there. So there's a lot of differences. So when we're making the boards, we're actually the ones making them. So we press the boards ourselves and we roll the glue by hand. The reason we roll the glue by hand is a glue machine is going to miss your top and bottom ply because it gets both sides of the veneer. We don't want to do that, so we want to give you full glue coverage on the inside of every ply inside your skateboard. That way we can guarantee against delam, and if something like what happened to Play-Doh happens, we know whose fault it is so we can replace it. And then our long press and cure time. So we've got a 24-hour press time, 7-day cure time, and an extremely deep concave, which gives the board rigidity end to end. Obviously, after that, shaping is pretty normal, but we've got all these shapes right here. So, I mean, all of these shapes. So a little bit more options than your typical factory. Plus, we're making it for you when you order it, not just having you pick something that's already made. But then the final step that makes the quality a little bit better from us is how we apply our graphics. So we apply our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a big stamp. We commission a local artist to carve the reverse image of the graphic that we want. And then we can roll speedball, lino block printing ink on there, slap it on, roll the back, and the graphics right there. The majority of the industry uses a heat transfer, and while that is a super easy way to mass produce graphics, even photorealistic graphics, you apply that with heat. Heat, wood, and glue don't mix. So, I assume that you let me finish what I was saying, how I was answering your question, but what's up, Fabian? I love my job, absolutely. Wasn't even supposed to come in today, and I'm here. But here's some examples of finished boards. These are just wall hangers here at the shop. But obviously, I mean, this is the result of our lino block graphics. We got a bunch of different ones. We can do different fades on the colors. We got lots of different options here. At the moment, we do not have our stained veneer. Hopefully that comes back one day. But we can also do these wheel wells on the boards. We've got all kinds of stuff. So just check us out, lifeskateboard.com. But, all right. I still need to sand the rails on this board. So let me do that. Thank you, I'm a friend of. And while I'm sanding these, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time talking, guys. But while I'm sanding these, double tap the screen for me. And we'll get on to the next board, and I think that's all I'm going to do today. Like I said, I wasn't even supposed to come in today. Probably just going to go home and finish the rest of these tomorrow. But double tap that screen for me. I want to see that like number go up. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. Somebody's spamming that button for me, I appreciate questions on there. It is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So this is the double knuckle, available at lifeskateboard.com. Thank you, Fish. What's your opinion on one of the decks that has a cool shape but still good for flip tricks? Mostly skate street, but want to try something bigger with a different shape. So Ezekiel, I would highly suggest trying out, well, this is going to be a little bit of a transition for you, especially if you're used to popsicles. But when you go to our website, try out the mid-twin. I will try to pull out a board that's a similar shape. Here we go. So this is our big twin here. So this one's a 9-1. But we have the 8-1 version, the 8-6 version, and a 9-1 version. So this is symmetrical with a square nose and tail that tapers out at the truck bed. Kind of like the old double vision shape. This was my first shape from Life Skateboards after I was skating popsicles. I think it's a good way to transition into shapes. If you've never had a square tail board before, there is going to be some back foot adjustments on your flip tricks, but in my opinion, it's fun. It's worth it. Looking down and seeing a popsicle all the time gets a little boring, so good for you wanting to get a little bit bigger and more shapes. But no offense to anybody that wants to ride tiny popsicles. It is what it is. We'll keep making them for you. We make boards from all the way from 7.75 up to 14.6. Yeah, you heard me right, 14.6. And with good concave, not concave that feels like an accident like those other guys. But all right, this guy's ready for graphics. We don't apply graphics in this building. It's in the studio that's up the driveway there. Unfortunately, this is a metal box with Wi-Fi. So if I try to step outside, it's going to end the live. So eventually, I'm going to either be making videos of doing the graphics. Sam's usually the one that does it, so I don't get an opportunity to film it a lot. But every chance I get, I'm going to try to film that for you just to give you guys a chance to see it. But oh, and Alva. And that was when they were making the boards good. Everybody was making the boards good. Alrighty. We're going to get back to it here. And remember, guys, I am making shorts out of these. Oh, real quick, I'm going to answer that question for Johan. So that DeWalt sander that's over there. So the way that we sand the rails on the edge of the board is just super not good for an orbital sander. So we have a really expensive Festool vacuum system right there. And then we hook up the cheaper DeWalt to it because it's easier to replace. Is a DeWalt good for everything that you're doing that you're supposed to use an orbital for? Probably. But we use that one because it works, but it's easy to replace. So this company is lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. I'm going to get to shaping this, guys. This step here brings the edge of the board to a 90 with the concave so that we can round it off on the next step. My favorite step to watch, rounding off the edge here. This top edge router, rounding off the top edge on this is probably the most satisfying thing to watch, in my opinion. I'm so sorry. Now we got to clean it up here and then one more step before the orbital. big twin there is ready for the orbital, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start my live off in the morning with that. What's up, just a dude? And thank you for the good wishes, Miss Hale. But alright, so like I said, I wasn't even supposed to come into work today, but here we are. Give me 1 second here. Having this respirator on makes me need to fucking blow my nose. Excuse me while I go check on my baby elephant. Sorry about that. Having a deviated septum and congestion is never fun. But alright, so tomorrow I'm going to be coming in here and I'm going to start off on the orbital here to give a chance to be able to talk to you guys at the beginning of the live and kind of catch you up to speed. But that's going to be it here today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Make sure you subscribe for me and turn on notifications. And absolutely unlocking paradoxes. I'm definitely going to be showing you guys the process every time I'm here live. So if you want to catch me, just make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. If you want to support me directly, there's a Patreon. Patreon is something that I can pull from immediately when you become a subscriber on there, so that always helps. And then if you become a member here on YouTube, I think it's like $1.99 or something like that. You just get access to my videos early. But you help me as well. Buying supers helps me. But you can just go to lifeskateboard.com, get yourself a life. That gives me more work. I'm the sole hourly employee here at Life Skateboards, so that's always helpful. The real RZ whatever, blah, 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 thinks that he's trolling, but I mean, I used to be quite the connoisseur of quite a few things. We talk about sobriety here on the channel quite a bit. So thank you, Kai. I appreciate you. Cow, not Kai, my bad. Cow. But yep, thanks guys. Support if you'd like to. Share my videos for me. There's a couple travel videos like Lagoon to the Moon. That was pretty fun. And then keep your eye out. My wax company is going to get started again with the second drop. I'm working on hand printing all the packaging right now. I think I've got like 75 all the way printed and 200 with the back done. Now I've just got to get my stock of wax back up. But there's going to be 3 pros on this drop. It's going to be so fun. Hey, it's a super unoriginal person in my chat. That's so funny. But yeah. Anyway, have a great day, guys. I'm going to end up off of here. I'll see you guys in the morning. Chad, you should probably like meet some people with face tattoos. We're not all the same person, and you shouldn't insult Post Malone like that. Bye, unoriginal person. Bye-bye. Love you. Night-night. I'll tell you because somebody won't, Chad. Well, Chad, you know what? We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk, Chad. So what I do here on Life Skateboards is I make boards for you and I teach you about it. So if you're new here, maybe we can just turn you around. This is going to be the moment where I turn somebody that thought they were just fucking around on the internet into somebody that finds something they enjoy. So if you like watching skateboards be made, I go live at contests sometimes. Go ahead and subscribe. We talk about sobriety here a lot. We talk about things that are going on in the Midwest skate scene, traveling around to skate parks, really cool stuff. Yeah, it usually does. It is sad, and that's why I take the time for this, because I have a little bit of pity on people that, like, this is your outlet, is going on here and trying to be a dick. Can I make you one? Yes, Doogie, absolutely. You just go to lifeskateboard.com, order a board, and you'll likely end up seeing it get shaped live here on the channel. But like I said a little bit ago, I got to get going. Casper's keeper is waiting at home for me. But yeah, have a great day, guys. Love you. Support. Get a life. Because then you can tell your friends to get a life. Bye-bye.